Welcome to The Favorites, presented by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Super Bowl Sunday has come and gone. We are almost a full week removed from the end of the NFL season. What will we do now? Well, you'll find out shortly. Our Favorites crew is back, though. I'm Brandon Kravitz, joined by the Prime Minister of Degenerate Nation, Stuckey, the Queen of the Pod, Miss Kendra Middleton. On today's episode, we have our NFL Season Awards. I should have worn a tux. It's like the Oscars, but for degens and goofs like us. Guys, we have entered the abyss. I'm about to dip into the NBA All-Star break. I think I'm going to go dark for about 4 days because I need sleep. Stuckey has needed sleep all year. Kendra, you're locked into the Winter Olympics. How you feeling?
I am locked into the Winter Olympics. I'm actually doing my Formula One season preview, so I'm getting ready to drop that on Saturday because it's testing out in Bahrain right now. So I'm going to get like 1 day of sleep, but I am taking this week off of gambling. It's weird. I don't know if you guys are going through this kind of crisis that I am. It's weird having so much free time. Like usually my Monday, Thursday, Sunday all occupied, and now that I have all of this free time, I say all of this free time, I mean by like my nights are not controlled by football and neither is my Sunday, and now I'm just working a shift at the radio on Sundays. I'm like, what do I do with all of this time until F1 starts in 3 weeks and I have no days off again? But it feels weird having nighttime time to myself. I'm like, what do I do with my hands? I don't know. I'm watching a lot of like reality television.
I haven't quite gotten there yet. I did pick up the show on Apple that people have been recommending for a while, Shrinking. Has anybody watched that yet? Okay, well, anyway, I watched one episode. It was pretty good. But the free time thing, I don't think I've quite gotten there yet. Stuckey, how are you adjusting to life without football?
Yeah, no free time here. Just more college basketball. So it'll be all college basketball all the time for me from now until the national title. But it's nice to be able to just focus on one sport, which is nice. Trying to juggle them all is always tough. So, yeah, that's my nights are watching college basketball. My overnights and days are capping college basketball. March Madness conference tournaments, which one of my favorite weeks of the year will be here before we know it. So, no free time yet. I'll have that come April.
I placed a futures bet on Purdue to win the national championship because I really like Braden Smith. Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
When
did I? That was like 2 weeks ago. I think I got 20 to 1.
I'll tell you, it is. I mean, a couple weeks ago I bet Purdue to go to the Final Four, and at 6 to 1. I will say
12 it was 12 to 1.
Yeah, it's not great, but
okay.
They have issues on defense. They play with a couple of bigs and their defense, and like, I'm not sure that they need their role players. They need some of these freshmen to step up. I mean, I think like, yeah, fair to win the title is probably like 20 to 1. So
are y'all combine people?
I used to be a combine person, but
Okay,
I've been
combine
burned.
gal.
I've been burned too many times over the years.
I never bet it, but I'll pay attention to some of what's going on. But at Purdue, they have. I mean, Smith's one of the best point guards in the country. Painter's a really good coach. Lawyer's starting to make shots again. Trey Coffin-Ren's. It's just he's in a different role this year. But they're playing with a couple of bigs, and they need their other role players. They need some of these freshmen to step up if they're going to if they could win the national title. But they certainly can make a run. It's very top heavy. I mean, people that aren't paying attention to college basketball this season, like closely, right? A lot of people that have just been locked in on football, and there's a lot of people out there that don't pay any attention to college basketball until the tournament. And people for years have fallen in love with, Cinderellas and upsets. That's part of the romanticism of the tournament. But I mean, last year there was like none. There was like no major upsets.
It's not gonna. Yeah, I was just gonna say when I'm like gonna gamble on the tournament this year, the first round I'm gonna take every single favorite just because of the NIL and the transfer portal. We used to have Cinderellas because it was like continuity of teams and these guys would been together forever and there's just like no loyalty in it anymore. Like we aren't gonna have those Cinderella stories anymore because the continuity of teams and that being their strong suit is no longer there.
Yeah, we also have like anyone who's good is transferring. Like any coach that is good is moving up, and yeah, it's just going to be much more difficult. Not as I mean, you might see it an upset or two, but as far as like making a run, it's going to be much more difficult to see like a St. Peter's, what
Yeah,
St.
those
Peter's
days
did
are
a couple
over.
years ago. So, the mid major I think has the best chance of doing it is St. Louis. They're very, very good. But yeah, you're just not going to have as many Cinderella stories, but you'll have the end of the tournament will be better. So like college football, the everyone at the like there's a it's not like there's one or two teams that are so much better than everyone like college football used to be, right? There's like 10 to 12 teams that could realistically win it all. I think, and it's going to be the case going forward. So, like the Sweet 16, Elite Eight, Final Four, it's going to keep getting better and better. Um, but the first 2 days, which are like my favorite 2 days in sports, um, maybe won't be as entertaining going forward. But we'll have that. Well, I guess a PSA is that we'll be covering all offseason. We'll be covering lots of different sports. World Cup. There's a lot going on. Some golf, some tennis, and obviously some college basketball, which we'll talk about some more next Thursday.
I'm gonna make
Yep.
you guys Formula One fans.
Big bets
Yeah.
on campus too. Our weekend preview will be out tonight.
Hey, you hand out the winners, Kendra, and we will follow, okay? Evan, before we move on from this wonderful introduction, what are you priming these days?
Oh, college basketball, 31 days to the bracket. I'm already putting together March Madness stuff. I have a primer for that. Working on WNBA things, working on the draft. I mean, we've been doing this for a long, long time. So as soon as football ends, I know what's next. So I'm just working on that. We sleep in like May, maybe early June.
When do you
Okay.
start priming the draft?
Now, I've already got like a mock together. I mean, last year I did all of our draft coverage here at Action. So just looking at positions. I'm a combine guy, but it's only like a percentage of kind of what the mock season's all about. Like Stuck said, just digesting as much college basketball as I can since the Super Bowl just ended. And yeah, like dogs kind of struggled last year, early tournament, which kind of made for a better end of the tournament. But either way, I think it's just kind of more exciting. And obviously, Miami, Ohio is an interesting story at the moment. I don't think they're going to be great in the tournament, but they stay undefeated. It's a fun story nonetheless. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on. And
Lose
we'll-
at, they lose at UMass next week, by the way. Plant my
Oh, there
flag.
you go.
Planting
I
the
was gonna say
flag.
shout out Stuck for that call the other night on the Kansas game.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
without Darren Peterson.
Never
With the
doubt the
ball.
power of the fog on a Monday
Yeah.
night. I don't think Bill Self's ever lost on a Monday night. At all.
40-0, I think.
Yeah, the agents called and said, our boy won't be playing today. Okay, sorry. But Kansas went ahead and won the game anyway. So we are
That's
all
a major
split-
storyline, by the way. That's something
Huge.
like what is. I mean, if you look, he hasn't. I don't know how many flus he had, but like
He's like Lamar.
he hasn't. He didn't play against what Tennessee. He didn't play against Duke. Now he doesn't play against Arizona. They're gonna have the Big 12 tournament's gonna have an experimental glass LED court. So is he gonna? But yeah, that's a major storyline. Because before it was like there was also like he had some injuries, and then it would always be cramps, and now it's like, what do the powers that be say before each game? I don't know. It's because they have that Final Four upside with him. Like he kind of stops the ball a little bit when he plays. Like so they're still really good without him, but with him, like just having his scoring ability, I think he obviously raises their ceiling as one of the best players in the country. But it's an amazing story. He's kind I kind of say he's like he's the new Cam Rising. You never know if he's going to play. So,
Well, if he's like Cam Rising, he'll be in college basketball until about 2036. So
well, that's the major difference. He's done after this year.
we will get to our NFL betting season awards coming up shortly, but first it's time to dive into the weird, the bizarre, the random. It's Stucky's question of the week.
All right, keep it straightforward here. It's weird and bizarre. So what is the weirdest thing that you eat semi-regularly? Could be like a combination on a sandwich or something just very weird that people are like, you eat that? Or like it could be a condiment, a weird condiment you put on something. Mine is easy. I don't know how weird it is. I mean, other people think it's really weird. I will take